I fucking hate this call for community when it's just call for community. Like, I'm gonna be right out there when people say the Magic community. Whenever I go to a tournament, there's always one person at that tournament who you're like, I don't want to play with that guy. That guy looks weird. I can smell him through my eyes from what he looks like. He said a bunch of really weird sexist jokes like 3 times in a row. I just don't want to play with him. I hope
the community is dead.
But then people are like, us all together. It's like, no, fuck you. There's no joint community. Like, there's gonna be like places where you go to and everyone's cool and everyone's fine and you make a lot of friends. But there's always going to be one person who you're like, fucking hate that guy. Like, no Magic community, small community, is going to be perfect.
You have to like everyone who shares the same hobby as you. That's the law.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when Obama signed that to law?
Right. Yeah. Executive Order 420. I don't know. It's just it really bothers me because it's like, do the motherfuckers who say that Magic's community needs to be stronger, do they go to tournaments? Do they play with the guy with the marinara stain going down his jacket that looks like it's been there for months? And some people might be going, oh, that's not fair, Bret. That's a disgusting stereotype. I'm not even stereotyping. That was a guy I played at a pre-release once.
And he also, like, touched all of your things.
Oh, no. That was a different guy. The guy who was cleaning out his cell phone case over my playmat and getting all his dirt on there.
What?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Oh, my God. That is common decency. Oh, my God.
I was just telling Christina this story. I was in a tournament. It's a 4-player tournament, multiplayer format, Commander. And so the game had gone on at this point for like an hour and a half. So I was like, fuck it. I'm done here, guys. I'm dropping out of this match. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go take a piss and I'm coming back. So I get up. I go to the bathroom. I come back. And this fucking weirdo who'd been like watching our game the entire time, which is fine. Our game was the longest game out of all of the pods that had been created.
It was a Yugioh episode.
Yeah, it really was.
You were afraid that you were going to sit to the shadow
This guy
realm.
who is like watching our game, he sits down at my seat, and I get back, and he's like, "Oh, you didn't call 5s," and I was just like, "Dude, I don't care. You can sit there. I'm just gonna pull over my." But I leave my backpack, and I leave my playmat. Playmats are just little like pieces of rubber and cloth that you put your cards on. So
they're like big mouse pads.
Yeah, they're like big. They're basically essentially made from the same materials.
Mm-hmm. Only this one's for nerds.
Only this one's for dorks. So I'm sitting there. I have my deck of cards on me because my deck of cards is worth like $300. So I don't want some asshole just touching it. But I left like I have this special die that I use. That's it was made by a blacksmith. It's really cool. I've shown it to people.
Shit.
It's usually a big like eye catcher at tournaments. People are like, "Holy shit, what is that?" So I just
and then you're like, stand around, let me tell you the legend of
Let me tell you the story of once when I went to Connecticut and met a blacksmith.
I asked him what was his race, and he said very high.
I asked him what sex he was, and then he said, yes, I'll have some with you. So...
And that's how I got my 20 cents.
That was the joke my mom used to make with, like, a 10-year-old me. My mom would just be like... She'd be like, with the questionnaire, it would be like, sex, and then she'd be like, male, female, yes, please, ha ha, get it? So, I leave my dice there, I leave my playmat, I leave, what else was there? I don't remember what else I left there. My backpack was right under the chair. But I take my deck, so that's the most expensive thing I have. So, he pulls out his cell phone, and he had an otter case, so... dirt collects under the rubber top mat. And so he pulls out a pocket knife and starts scratching the dirt out. But this fucking gross piece of shit is scratching it over my fucking mat. And he's just letting it fall on my mat. Then, after he's done with that, he sees my dice and he just picks it up and he goes, oh, cool. And he gives it a roll. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. He just, like, everyone always asks,
and
like,
then
can I roll
he shoves it up his ass. Like, why'd you do that?
He just wouldn't stop. He just rolled it for like 30 minutes while the game kept going. And I was waiting. And I was just like, can you maybe not roll my die 1,000 times? And he's just sitting there like, roll, 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 roll. And I'm just sitting there
Why
like...
didn't you just take it from him?
I don't know. I didn't want to like cause anything, but I was just sitting there and I'm like, this person.
Well, didn't you say
This
that the shop owners don't even fucking like that guy? So I
No,
don't
that's
think
that's another guy. I beat a guy at the tournament, and then the shop owner pulled me aside. No, well, I technically beat him. I beat him in point buy. I didn't beat him in actually beating him in a match. But,
Okay, we get it, Bret. You're really good at magic.
So I beat him, and the shop owner pulls me aside, and he was like, "Yeah, that guy probably cheats." No, the issue
You did
was
it, Bret.
I think
You beat the cheater.
I think that this guy who's like scratching his fucking like dirt off of his phone case, he left his bag of Taco Bell in the corner. That was what the shopkeeper got mad about.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh
I don't know
my
why he's
God.
allowed back in, but whatever.
I don't understand any of that. Like, just
This is why, like, when people are like, "We're a community," it's like, no, we're not. We're individuals, and sometimes individual people suck.